I'd like to call to order the Village of Biddleville Village Council meeting for Wednesday, November 12th, 2025. Could I please have a roll call on that?
Kevin Smith,
Here.
Robert Bishop, Tracy Gillespie, Richard Hamilton,
Here.
John Osterbon,
Here.
Mackenzie Peters. Here.
I will make a motion to excuse trustee Gillespie and Bishop.
Well, support.
We have a motion and a second.
I second.
To excuse trustee Gillespie and trustee Bishop. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? Motion carries. Stand for pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Something also.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to approve the amended agenda.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Moving on to the consent agenda.
Mr. President,
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
All right, we have a motion with a second to approve the minutes of the regular meeting of October 28th, 2025. Approval of bills as of November 5th, 2025 for $147,977.64. Rhonda, could I please have a roll call?
Richard Hamilton,
Aye.
Robert Bishop, Tracy Gillespie, Mackenzie Peters.
Aye.
John Osterbon,
Aye.
Kevin Smith.
Aye. Moving on to public comment. Seeing none. Moving on to reserve time. Ms. Getty?
It's gonna be a quick meeting.
Yes.
That's right. So a little update, Suffolk County, we've made some appointments to, the Board of Canvassers, Ann Richards and Mike Cunningham. We approved our health plans, for this year, and added a, priority health option that we have only been able to do Blue Cross and Blue Shield for a number of years. We were able to add both, and there was a desire for that from some of the employees. We approved HVAC controls for the new courthouse so that we can manage the entire facility for a little over $100,000. That was sticker shock for me, new. Approved our apportionment report, some PA 116s in Carlton and Rutland Township. We did purchase BSNA software for all of our planning, zoning, treasurer, and clerk's office, and that for equalization. And was a big investment. Our planning and zoning had not been managed by BSNA. I know we talked about it at the township for several years, but never took the plunge. But so it'll be interesting to see how all of those things track together. And if it's something the village is considering, then it'll be a good trial ground for that. Maybe you can get some feedback. But again, that's not cheap. That was over $165,000 to purchase it for those departments. We approved the 2025 emergency management grant agreement, reviewed our county administrator, which I'm going to do that for Craig tonight. So we're on the same schedule there. We approved the memorandum of agreement with MSU Extension and the Chamber and EDA. So those were two big things. And approved a vision and dental plan for the county. Again, that's a move that we're making for employee recruitment and retention. In the past, we haven't had a dental and vision plan. We had deposited a set amount for each employee that they could draw on over the years, and that accumulated. So $1,000 for most full-time employees, and then they could draw on that. But we were getting feedback that was an impediment for some employees, especially in the recruitment and sheriff's department. And so I think this will be a better overall program for our employees. And so we'll see how that works out. That takes effect January 1st.
Nice.
Any questions, comments, complaints?
I just had one question. I had heard a while ago there was a steering committee for the jail for a lot of those reconsiderations for a new one. How's that going?
So they have a charrette set up, I think it's the end of next week, 20-something. They had to reschedule because they needed a different venue. You have trying to be able to find the date. And
It's the 21st.
they've been doing a lot of work up to this point to drill down on all the options so that they can, have things to compare. Like, do you remodel the existing facility? Do you tear down the facility and rebuild a new one in the same place? Do you build in a different place? And then even another option of potentially building a sheriff's office and patrol unit building along with a holding cell, and take advantage of some neighboring communities that have overbuilt their jails based on previous sentencing guidelines. And so we'll be evaluating that. And I like that approach because I think then we can compare all options and choose what's best for Berry County. It may not be the best choice for Berry County, may not be the cheapest. I don't know yet because I'm not on that committee, but I am happy with how it seems to be progressing.
I was gonna say Sergeant Bear and I are both on that,
Oh, okay.
so you have some local representation.
What's the capacity of that jail?
Our jail,
It's like 75
but
people, beds or something like that, but it's all like,
Overcrowded.
yeah, well,
it
there's,
depends on the level of security that.
yeah, there's a
inmates
couple
need.
rooms that have like, 15 beds in the same room, and, it's not really secure, and they don't really have a way to diversify. If you have a man that's drunk and a woman, and then you got, some separation, or you got a brother and sister that are fighting or something like that, you can't put them in the same cell, so they have to figure out ways to separate them and all that, so.
And particularly, women that have been in jail, when the jail was built, we didn't have the level of violent crimes committed by female inmates, and so there was no separation in those units. And frankly, the jail is deteriorating. I mean, it's not even a capacity. All these other things are issues too, but it's literally throwing good money after bad, with everything we do there.
Housekeeping must be a real issue.
Well, thank you for the update.
Yeah, and Craig, I think, is closer to it than I am, except for, eventually
We should have done it when I was
Commissioners
on
will
board. but-
we'll get a decision.
If you've never toured, it's worth your time.
Yeah,
Really?
It's horrible.
It is horrible conditions.
And it really is not, it's not an issue of, creating a more comfortable arrangement for inmates. It's really about safety and of staff and of inmates and of the liability that the county is exposed to. So it really is a problem we need to solve, and looking at it closely.
And also humane, retention of people when you run a humane practice and overcrowding the cells and things are problematic.
Sure. Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Moving on to petitions and communications, of which there are none. And we're up for the ordinance and resolutions for budget adjustments. Mr. Stolzenberg, please.
Yes, so we got the year-end budget adjustments, as of the latest, information we have, mostly adjusting for additional revenues, through the year. So, and they're outlined on the budget adjustment, so if any question, happy to.
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 2528.
Second?
All right. Rhonda, I can't read, but I'm just gonna say that we have a motion and a second to approve resolution 2528 for fiscal year 2025 budget adjustments.
Sure.
Is that adequate?
That is,
All right, any discussion? Hearing none. Rhonda, could I please have a roll call?
Tracy Gillespie. Mackenzie Peters. John Osterban.
Aye.
Richard Hamilton.
Aye.
Robert Bishop. Kevin Smith.
Aye. Motion carries, thank you. Moving on to the next resolution.
This one is, resolution needs to be adopted to, set a public hearing for the TIF for the DDA. This would, renew the TIF, for another 10 years as directed by the, DDA board.
Mr. President,
Yes.
I'd like to make a motion to approve resolution 2530 to set a public hearing for the DDA plan amendment for December 16th, 2025 at 7 PM.
Second.
Motion on the second, any discussion? All right,
I do have one. I thought it was 5 years, 2030.
Through 20, I'm sorry, you're right, Mr. Hamilton, through 2030. You're correct. I was going by memory of the LDFA when we were correct, yes.
all right. We have a motion with a second to approve resolution 2530 to schedule a public hearing to consider amendment 2 to amend the restated tax increment finance plan and development plan for Downtown Development Authority of the Village of Middleville as amended on December 16th, 2025.
Tracy Gillespie. Kevin Smith.
Aye. Motion carries, thank you. Mr. Stolzenberg.
This next resolution is to adopt the amended bylaws by the Local Development Finance Authority. This was already adopted by the LDFA board earlier, not quite this month, but in October. Really just giving them a little more flexibility. Originally, the biggest change was they had a supermajority necessity for a quorum, so they had to have 5 members meet, be present or conduct business as opposed to a normal just majority. So this amends that and then allows for some flexibility in scheduling meetings.
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 2531, LDFA bylaws revisions.
Second.
We have a motion with a second to approve resolution 2531 to approve amended LDFA bylaws as presented and approved by the LDFA board on October 21st. Rhonda, could I please have, any further discussion?
Is that how many people show up average in the meeting? not talking two
So-
votes.
It's a 7-member board, and previously we had to have 5 members there for a quorum. And it's always been a challenge to get, it seems like, except for when we had this meeting to amend the bylaws, we had everybody there.
We pushed it out the time, we pushed the time out.
We did push the time out to 5:30, so that's helping a bit, and we're able to get more people now, but.
I mean,
It's
I end
pretty well
up being a
attended.
majority, 1 or 2 people though.
They still have to have a quorum.
Yes.
Oh,
They
Yeah,
just don't
still have to
have
have a quorum, just don't have to have a super majority. Yeah, you can't conduct business with only 1 or 2 people.
okay.
Thank goodness, otherwise.
Yeah.
But it seems to be well attended. I mean, especially,
Now, with some adjustments we made, it seems like we're having better attendance.
Yeah. all right, Rhonda, could I please have a roll call?
Tracy Gillespie, Richard Hamilton, John Osterbon,
Aye.
Mackenzie Peters, Robert Bishop, Kevin Smith,
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you. Moving on to council and staff reports.
Yes, at my report, unfortunately, a couple of bad news items on there right away, with the, Paul Henry Trail Ridge project. The MDNR grant didn't happen yet, but they encourage us to apply again next year. Hopefully we'll have more information and better information on our, MDOT grant, Department of Transportation Alternatives Plan grant. By then, that one, they didn't, give us news about rejecting that at all. They're just looking for more information specifically with, tribal nations and things like that, and how the trail works with them. So why it came at the very last minute, it's kind of how government works sometimes, and just have to live with it, I guess, but unfortunately,
We have,
it's,
for the stretch, I'm sorry. For that stretch that we're trying to repave and everything else, is there, tribal reservations or tribal land that
don't
cuts
think
through?
so. They just need to verify all that through their study.
Oh,
I think this probably
that's what I
has to
thought.
do with, sorry,
Yeah, no,
I think it probably has to do with the Grand River Basin.
Right, yes.
Well, we don't have a track here,
Yes.
Right. I mean, maybe we do, we don't know.
We did,
we did, yeah, one time.
we did, yes.
Yeah.
Well, we are part of the lower Grand River, right? Yeah. Watershed, there we go. Okay. So,
Yeah,
and then obviously the news about High Street, just unfortunately can't get that back like we hoped we would be able to do that, which really stinks, so. Positive news though, we did get one application for, trustee. So we need to schedule interviews for our, procedures. We're thinking maybe before the next meeting, if your council is inclined to do that. 20, which would be the 25th,
I think.
right, yes,
anyone we know?
yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, till Friday. Yeah, applications are due on.
Applications are due Friday, yeah.
Okay.
So and I'll work with the president, if we get more than one application, we can schedule those interviews ahead of that, and then we can go from there. Any questions other than that?
That should do that. It looks like Sergeant Merritt is not here, but his report is.
Yep.
So I encourage everyone to, if you have not already, review that. Any liaison reports?
Yes, I do. We had a, meeting with the planning commission to approve or disapprove the, Parker property, development. That was passed, on a 4-2. Your liaison voted no. And I'll tell you the reason. We have been talking about transitioning from real small lots, sort of mimicking the downs. This is an opportunity to do it, but these lots are very small. Frontage on the cul-de-sacs is like 45 feet. I can just imagine what that's gonna look like out there when we have open season on the moving of recreation vehicles, et cetera, 2, 3 cars to a family. It's not gonna look good, not gonna be good. There's a chance to do something different and hold the developer to, instead of maximizing the lots on the property, stick within our rules, at least that much. But there was 3 out of 4 of our rules that are violated, were exceptions. So I want to know.
But it passed.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting.
Anyway, that's out on Bender Road, in case you don't know. It's just right next to the alfalfa field, where Parker's had 13 acres there. Dan Parker.
Thank you for that. Anything else?
I have nothing new, but just a reminder, we do have a library meeting next week, Wednesday at 6:30.
Paul's going well and sipping margaritas somewhere else. But I encourage one of you all to do that. All right, thank you for that. Moving on to unfinished business. The 2026 mowing.
Yep, so this is back for your consideration. There is some additional information in the packet for you to consider. JD did kind of plot out what they included in the bid and what they didn't include in the bids. So hopefully that was helpful for you. Overall, you know, we probably spend between $70,000 and $100,000 a year on mowing just with our own labor and equipment and things like that. So this would cut down on that significantly if council approved this moving forward. And recommendation is to go with NTA, who's a local contractor, and they mow a lot of areas around here already, so it would be pretty simple for them to add.
Mr. President. You don't have to read all that, you can stop at 2026 mowing season.
Yeah, he put a lot more in there than they usually do for their application.
I would like to make a motion to approve the MTA bid for the fiscal year 2025. 2026.
Well, no, it's not fiscal. You read it just like it is through mowing season.
Okay, for council to approve the bid from MTA Property Management in the amount of not to exceed 29,000 is what I'm gonna say, and allow for the village manager to sign the contract.
Second.
We have a motion with a second. Any further discussion?
Yeah. Is the skate park, the Founders Park?
Is the,
Skate park. I noticed their bid said skate park.
oh, they're talking about Calvin Hill.
Calvin?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
Yep.
I always understood it to be Calvin.
yeah, it's Calvin Hill. We're not changing the name of that.
Although I like what you did there, it's a little, our Founders Park, so. I know a middle of
Yes,
history.
I'm still concerned that it's being presented, there's gonna save us, you know, we keep saying we're gonna spend we usually spend $60,000-$70,000 on it, this is only $28,400.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, when JD was here, when we first presented it, it's not like he's gonna lay people off. They're gonna go do other work that probably needs done.
Right, but we're not gonna hire, we usually hire 3 seasonal laborers. specifically for mowing. So we would only, at the very most, we're planning on hiring either 0 seasonal, employees or 1 just for the flower beds if you do that.
Well, I'm still concerned that we're spending a lot of money and it's not really saving us. What do you think 3 employees would cost us all that money? I would like to see that before we would decide on it, because I just don't see the savings. And, you know, we bought a new leaf machine and I'm just,
Yeah, they'll be able to do things, you know, more what they're, you know, really hired to do, which is maintain
so
the.
it'll still be presented that we're saving the money, but we're really not.
Well, I'm just gonna step in, I've pined over village finances for the last 6 weeks. I showed Craig the outcome of that and broke it down into categories, very visible categories, actually. The annual budget for parks and recreation is over $200,000. And so that fund we hit that fund up for temporary employees during the summer and that are literally dedicated to mowing. And I met a couple of them actually one day. They're good kids. Believe me, we have the right people in the right seat when they're doing that. They're really good kids. But the fact is that they work and all they do is literally rotate through and mow constantly. That's all they're doing. There's a salary involved in that. So we're paying, and I think we have 3 this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we have 3 full-time employees dedicated to just mowing, plus if there's any kind of benefits, workers' comp, all that other stuff, right? It is significantly more than the $28,000 that we're putting towards just mowing. The discussion that I had with the village manager, we discussed what that looks like when we're not mowing yards and doing all the trim work and so on and so forth. That if we did hire a temporary person or a seasonal person, that person could be, aside from the flower beds, they could be fixing the fences. I mean, there's so much disrepair in so many of our parks that our staff just don't get to it because of the mowing, right? So even if we did bring on 1 or 2 seasonal help, they could be dedicated to doing what should have been being done all along, which is, I mean, I can go to Spring Hill, for instance, and there's fences that are broken, and I mean, there's a lot of work to be done that just never gets done because all they're doing is rotating on a lawnmower. So that time.
Yeah, the other thing, Mr. President, is people do take vacations in the summertime.
Right.
And so, I think this is a good deal. I think probably the gasoline use and labor use was skewed a little bit from them mowing my 3 acres. I thought it was Phil Winger out there mowing every week. What's he had nothing to do? And we stopped it. But that's just a sideline.
I am definitely, I definitely agree that we just need a little bit more. It would be nice to have had a little bit more transparency about the exact cost, but I think just in the anecdotal data I've put together, it seems to make a lot of sense. So I think in the future, through further discussions, having the right information in front of us at the time is a key element of that. So we will definitely do that.
This is just a warning, just for this year.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just one year. If it turns out that it doesn't work, obviously, we can always about face on it.
Yeah, and we're doing a better job tracking our actual expenses now moving forward than we have in the past. really starting, when I started, actually tracking that a lot better, so. And JD and Kim up there are really doing a good job of that too, so.
And it is in the budget?
Yes,
You don't have to add.
no, in fact, we'd be making a budget adjustment next year probably and reducing some cost out of there, I would think, so.
To me, it makes perfect common sense. Mr. President, we already made a
We've
motion.
already made a motion. We have a motion with a second. So, Rhonda, could you please do roll call?
Sure. Robert Bishop. Mackenzie Peters.
Aye.
John Osterbaum.
Hi.
Tracy Gillespie. Richard Hamilton.
I,
Kevin Smith.
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you for that.
Thank you. Next, you have in front of you, request to, approve a memorandum of understanding between the Thornapple River Water Trail Steering Committee, which is a newer committee, put together, I don't know, last month or so, I guess.
End of September.
End of September-ish, to dedicate the Thornapple River as a water trail and then allow the steering committee to basically, apply for, grants and things like that, for signage and that sort of thing, but allow them access through our access points. And this would be I didn't have a real good understanding of how long they needed it for, so we just put it out there for 20 years and we need to adjust it to do that, so.
Mr. President, I would like to make a motion to approve the memorandum.
Understanding.
Yeah, I was wondering if that was the right verbiage, but the attached memorandum of understanding between the Thornapple River Water Trail Steering Committee and the Village of Middleville and authorize manager to sign.
Second.
And Catherine did volunteer to represent us on that committee too, by the way.
Surprise.
We have a motion with second. Any further discussion?
I think this is a good thing. Read through all of the information and, the one concern I had, and I know the committee does too, is input from the residents that live along the river. And, how does this resolution from us impact whatever happens there?
It's only for, village-owned areas along the river, is all this is covering. The plan of the steering committee is to work with the individual property owners that have, frontage to make sure they're okay with it too, but it's really access points. So, we've got the canoe, not canoe, but anyway.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, okay.
Can I?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is just the starting point, so I don't know if in your packet you had the Lower Grand, plan.
Yeah.
But that's what we'll be developing, and so there'll be public input sessions to address, some of your concerns there.
Okay, very good.
Just for clarity, it's to build a network, right? I mean, we're just building a network of locations
For mapping purposes.
for mapping
and things.
purposes. Yeah, that's it. All right.
Yes.
Okay, we have a motion with second. Looks like we'll discuss, so can I please have a roll call?
John Osterbaum.
Hi.
Robert Bishop. Mackenzie Peters.
Aye.
Richard Hamilton.
I,
Tracy Gillespie. Kevin Smith.
Aye.
Next, you have, a couple of MERS, resolutions in front of you. One, if you recall, you approved a new healthcare savings program, last year. Specifically, I had to talk with them to have you approve it specifically for retired employees who were receiving, healthcare benefits still. We no longer offer that benefit to current employees, and none of the retirees wanted to take advantage of it, so it was kind of a waste of my time, and your all, because you had to listen to me talk about it for a while and approve this thing, so now talking with MERS, they're like, well, since nobody took advantage of it, we might as well close the thing out. So there it is in front of you.
So, Mr. President,
No good deed goes unpunished.
No.
I would like to make a motion for the village manager to close
The village, the village.
Village of Middleville Healthcare Savings Program Division effective the 12th of November 2025.
Second.
Motion with the second. Any further discussion?
It was helpful to have that gal here because I knew exactly what this was,
Yeah.
you know, because she went in great detail. So that was pretty nice.
Roll call, please. Rhonda?
Robert Bishop, Teresa Gillespie, Richard Hamilton,
Aye.
John Osterbaum,
Aye.
Mackenzie Pierce,
Aye.
Kevin Smith,
Aye.
All right, and then the next, yep, thank you.
You're welcome.
The next, motion, or the next, resolution, or not resolution, MERS action item is merging of those benefits, like Veronica talked about when she was here, earlier this month, or last month, excuse me.
Your turn.
Oh, I can't read it, okay. I've got this, but I'm not on the right page.
All right, Mr. President,
Yes, ma'am.
I would like to move to approve the attached
Defined,
dividend.
is defined.
supposed to be defined.
Okay, defined benefit plan adoption agreement, merging all closed divisions into Division 01.
Second.
Any discussion? My only comment is this, and my only question to Craig was, just for transparency, is that as long as we just have the data that associates with those, with the specific channels, because I feel like that's useful. We can track progress over time, which I enjoyed. So that doesn't impact that. I think this is just from a bookkeeping perspective, it just makes it a lot easier to deal with, so.
Yep. Yeah, everybody's individual accounts will still remain their individual accounts, and then from the village perspective, we'll be able to see the whole thing all at once.
Right. It'll probably make that MERS program a little thinner when we go to review it every year. All right, could I please have a roll call on that?
Mackenzie Peters,
Aye.
Teresa Gillespie, John Osterbaum,
Aye.
Robert Bishop, Richard Hamilton,
Aye.
Kevin Smith,
Aye. Moving on to approving the closure of the office.
Okay, so as you recall, last year council approved closure between Christmas and New Year, which effectively was a three-day closure, with employees already taking, personal time off, to take that time off. If we were gonna continue on that this year, we would come back, Friday, January 2nd for 4 hours, and then that would be it for that week, but I'm just proposing staying closed on January 2nd also for this year only.
Mr. President,
Sir.
I make a motion to approve the closure of the village offices, January 2nd, 2026.
Second.
We have a motion and second. Any discussion? All those in favor? All those opposed? Motion carries.
All right, thank you.
I'm very excited for you on that day. Okay, moving on.
Let me see up there.
No, it doesn't matter.
Might as well.
Grab-
You'd be asking
Grab your
questions.
coffee, Craig. So we went through, I compiled everybody's scores. I also included in the packet, rather than just giving a copy of everybody's evaluation, I anonymized it and put it into, or somewhat anonymized it and put it into a report that shows an aggregate of all of the scores, just to base a final decision on. Ultimately, if you've read the packet, Craig's performance is consistently strong in people development, cross-unit coordination. Scores show solid leadership and steady operational delivery with what seemed to be a consensus that Craig can always improve his communication, but I will say, as he continues to get comfortable in this position, he certainly is improving over time. So, and it's also, hour 14, so, so a little grace is to be passed on. But, in terms of encouraging him and his staff and us as well with professional development, I mean, he's extremely strong in that. And the rest of the scores in the packet, which are for you to review, just show a very consistently strong delivery of good leadership, and thank goodness for Craig. I think we've come a long way since he's joined. I feel very, very good about where we are today. So he's made some great strides in improving operations, and I'm very impressed with him. So Ms. Peters and I had a conversation directly with him, and we discussed salaries in the community or surrounding communities. These were almost identical in population, maybe even a little bit smaller. Some of the municipalities were smaller. And I think in order to just make sure that we're competitive and keeping them in the same space, Ms. Peters and I recommend a 6% increase in wage for this year. I think that will get him into a place where at least he's competitive. I still think to some degree, even with a 6% raise, he's still on the lower end of the curve when it comes to average salaries. So we're lucky to have him, and I think things continue to trend. I think we'll continue to get him into the median rather than the lower end of the scale. So with that, we would need a motion.
I'll make a motion
Go ahead.
to approve. We're approving the salary and benefits. You did everything but write out the motion. Thanks, Mr. President.
It's right there.
Oh, it's on there.
So if
Oh.
are you on the right memo? Under recommendation.
Yeah.
Move to increase village manager's base compensation.
Well, anyway, I make a motion.
I'll read it back for you, Mr.
Approve the 2026 compensation agreement with our wonderful village manager. I think he's happy to have us. We're happy to have him. And I really appreciate, Mr. President, this. It was very good, very impressed.
Thank you.
So I'm expecting it next year too.
Oh, you'll get it. You'll definitely get it.
I will second the motion.
We have a motion with a second. Any further discussion?
I would just like to point something out. I know a lot of folks don't really deep dive and see how much Craig and the staff do in this village. A lot of things that they've had to do, at least the 3 years I've been on the board, Craig has been able to take 20-year-old things that should have been addressed then and gotten us over some big humps, and we're continuing to improve the village, even though it's not outwardly visible yet. He's building a foundation for this village to grow on. And succeed in the sooner future than the later future. So I just want to say that. Yeah.
It also speaks well for the staff, the development of the staff. We got a full-fledged clerk here now. Regular. And, coming from assistant clerk to doing the whole job, and going to school and all that kind of thing. I think she does a really good job, keeping us on track. But just the whole staff thing is a credit to Craig.
I agree with all of that.
Can I say a couple things?
No. Go ahead.
I think we're still ahead of time, so.
Don't push it.
Okay. So no, I really appreciate the time, you know, everybody took to complete my review. But it really is a testament to the staff that we have here. And, you know, we truly do have a remarkable crew and team that here. Couldn't do it without them, and, really, you know, it's a really rewarding, serving my hometown, and it can be extremely challenging sometimes too. So I try to stay away from social media, but sometimes people are like, hey, did you see something? Yeah, anyway, something that was on there maybe yesterday, I don't know. So that's tough sometimes, but overall, you know, very rewarding, and I really appreciate, you know, the confidence that you have in me, and my ability to put the pieces in place, where I need to do that. I always was told to hire people that are smarter than me, and bring people in to present that are smarter than me. So hopefully, continue to do that moving forward. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Excellent. I won't belabor the vote. Go ahead.
Is our motion going to be that, what is on that memo then, to increase the salary?
I would like to
Do that
make,
way?
we would be making a motion to approve an increase in the village manager's base compensation by 6% for the 2026 calendar year, and authorize the village president to sign an updated contract.
I see.
May I please have a roll call?
John Osterman,
I,
Richard Hamilton,
Aye.
Mackenzie Peters, Tracy Gillespie, Robert Bishop, Kevin Smith.
Aye. Enthusiastically. Motion carries.
Thank you very much.
In your packet that has been reviewed and read thoroughly, you will find boards and commissions and other informational items and correspondence. I'd like to open the floor up for public comment. Anyone? Hearing none.
I have no comment actually, just grateful for everyone and looking forward to Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving. I think we have a meeting before then. Yeah, you
We
got
do.
one meeting before that one.
Probably with interviews.
Right.
Maybe some turkey.
Yeah, right.
Turkey sandwich and something, interviews.
I had my apple pie first.
Mr. Osterman.
well, real quick, it was interesting, I had an appointment out in, Ionia with a client. And being new to this position, I'll try to be quick, I know what I'm but, I looked at the downtown area, they were starting a business, a cafe in downtown Ionia. They bought the building 2017, and been working on it since then, okay? But it was, what I was gonna say is, it was just interesting how many times I've gone through Lowell, Ionia. You just kind of blow through the downtowns, okay? But now I'm on this position, just how much more aware I was. I mean, people have been to Ionia lately, that downtown has a lot going for it. Now, I assume, I know they're much larger than we are. I went with a partner of mine, we made a comment, why we could do some of that, but, but would that survive in Millville? But we just interested to see in a different light than just driving through and saying, well, nice, nice river boat, or, like mall, yeah. So just a comment, just different eyeglasses, so.
Yes, I'm looking forward to my Christmas bonus, from the village. And, it's been a great year. And, it's a good meeting.
Bonus or semi-annual paycheck?
Same thing. For me.
Actually, it's just a bag, I think
For me, it's
a bag of candy in
like,
the cart. I love
man,
it.
where'd this come from? Yeah.
I look forward to that.
Thank you.
I'm gonna echo some of the things that you just said. And I think it's really important to note that we are laying an amazing foundation for all of that. With the Main Street program, with the extension of, and focus on big issues like the Paul Henry Trail and looking at things like where do we drill the next well? And, these are really important topics that shouldn't be cluttered with a lot of noise. And I think that Craig, and I'm gonna give Craig and the staff a lot of kudos for just keeping us focused on these big topics. One of the most important topics that I remember us first tackling when he first got here was to balance or get our fund balances up to healthy levels in the retirement plans, as well as investing our money properly to get it so that we can earn interest. And I mean, the village has gained a significant amount of money as a result of just wise decisions. So we're gonna have the ability to do a lot of those things, and we have more money now as a community, not because we raise taxes, but because we're growing, because we're putting money in the right place, and because we're really focusing on the right programs. So I'm so optimistic about where we're headed, and I argue, and we form Storm and Norm together quite a bit, but all for the right reasons. And I think it's just encouraging when you are able to go to other communities. I'm the same way. I'm sure all the rest of you are as well. When you look at communities and say, gosh, we do this better, or we could do this better, or but with Mr. Powers and Craig and the whole staff, they're really aiming us in the right direction. And I think our role is just to find the things that make sense for us long-term, find the gold at the end of the rainbow, and really focus on those things. And I'm so thankful for this board. I say it all the time, but we are now focusing on what's really important to this community, and I applaud everybody that's involved in that. So that's my closing statement.
I would like to add,
Is that, everybody's a person of the geese on
oh, yeah,
on the,
Sand Hill Crane is in the house. That is really neat.
Yeah, those are senior cranes.
Really good job.
Oh, for the facade on the
For the
house there.
facade, yeah, it's neat.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's beautiful.
So, yeah.
yeah,
I just wanted to add, I thought the first 2 years on this council was all about abolishing off-road vehicles. I'm glad we're not on that anymore.
We still have a hangover from it, but yes.
But I have PTSD next meeting.
Yeah.
We're bringing her back.
Well, on that note, Mr. President,
Yes, ma'am.
I would love to make a motion to adjourn.
For a second.
All right, we have a motion with a second. Any discussion about that? All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? Motion carries.
People coming from Oral Beach Club coming next month meeting.